something I want to celebrate is this year, as my son is about to be 20, my first ever album, I'm Ready, is also 25. That album came out 25 years ago with Bounce Baby and Telephone. And this year we are also celebrating 20 years of my album It's All Love, featuring the track Music Quarion, featuring the track Fiona, featuring the track On Dit Quoi, and a lot of tracks that to me are really iconic. I think this album is really the album where I understood business, and the intro is called the Vavcore intro. The name of this intro is very important because the name of the mother of my son is Valente Correa, Trinidad, and she has a song in there as well. No, it's in the next album. She has a song, but Vavcore was her nickname. So at that time, this is her intro, because all I'm talking about in this album is actually this whole situation and the outro of this album is called the Ilian Joshua outro. So when I started the album, I didn't know that I was about to have a son. And when I was done with the album, I knew that I was having a son, or maybe he was born when I was doing, because I always do the intro and the outro at the end of the album. So probably he was born already when I was finishing the album, because the album came out probably in March or April. I don't remember. But you have songs like Music Quarion, Funky Electronic Compa, On Dit Quoi, Heartbeat, Je sais qui elle est, Te Quiero, 88 BPM, Fiona. So to make you hear a little bit of the album, so you had Fiona with the iconic Congolese guitar on a Candy Zouk beat that became one of the songs where all the Kizomba people started learning to dance, which is crazy, with that bass. Kaysha tem fala da menina. 88 BPM. Your body is like a gold mine. Expansions of the flesh. Te quiero. Je sais qui elle est, of course. Ouais. Funky Electronic Compa. De qualité, Music Quarion. To let you know in the city, you're looking at a Music Quarion. And of course, the iconic On Dit Quoi. Dangerous, come on. What can I say? Very important, the lyrics. First of all, I'm fabulous. First of all, I'm fabulous. African, that's marvelous. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter quoi? What can I say? I'll rock it. Oh shit. So, all these songs came out in 2003. For those who want to listen to, the listening party, I have a It's a Love listening party. The video is on the YouTube channel. Go there, just type Kaysha It's a Love listening party, and you can have me explain all the songs and etc. So I'm not gonna do it here. But the two blessings came at the same time. At the same time, I had a son that was born, and maybe for a month I had no idea how I was going to feed him, because even if I already had some hits like Bounce Baby and Telephone, they were still old. And at the same time, the business model was completely different. The business was you do a hit and then you go do some shows. But once you have done a show in the same place 3 times, they stop calling you because they've seen you already. So they don't need you to come and sing again. And so Telephone, Bounce Baby, World War Chico were starting to become, old songs, 4 years old, and there were new songs coming out and stuff. And then I had Sumia's album exploding the charts, becoming the number 1 Zouk artist coming out. And then this album 20 years ago came out, and it's to me, it's incredible to think that a song that on the quoi that people are still playing in every wedding, every African party, especially in the Francophone area, but also every Congolese party, but even Ivory Coast and everywhere else, that were 20 years before the era of all the Afrobeats legends of today. On the quoi with Premier Gaou are those iconic songs that changed the sound of Ivory Coast music, African music in general. And that was 20 years ago. So 2023 is a special year for me. Like, that's a lot of iconic songs that have been created. And I'm really grateful. First of all, I wanna thank Tia, Anofela, and Top One because we created that song together. Remember, so the way that song was done. Let me explain to you, even if it's something I already explained. Happy New Year, Maggie. Ah, that's amazing. I'm telling you. Free. Happy New Year. Now we are celebrating the 20 years of On the Quoi. Ah, that's cool. It will be on my page as every video, but if you come to my YouTube channel, Kaysha.tv, you will have all the episodes. They're all here. So don't worry, everything's gonna be there. As I was saying, the way I created that song, I was in a club. Called L'Atlantis, and it was a club that the actual bodyguard of my dad today, when it comes to Europe, to Paris, to Europe, he's traveling with him everywhere. Maître Double One was actually the security, and he's a guy that known my dad forever. They probably trained together, and he's a black belt karate guy, and he was the main security of that club. And the owner of the club was a friend of my parents as well. So it's a club that I could just go as I wanted. And I performed there before, but I was always in that club. And I remember one day, I'm with my mom, and at that point, my parents live in Ivory Coast. So that time was, I think my parents are still exiled from Congo, and they live in Ivory Coast. And they all have Congolese. No, they have Ivory Coast passport. Laurent Gbagbo, who was who's a friend of my father, just hooked them up with Ivory Coast passport. So the whole family, we had service passports from Ivory Coast. Those the black passports. So we all became Ivory Coast citizens because of all the problems in Congo politically. So Gbagbo took us in. My parents moved to Cocody in Abidjan, in Ivory Coast. So one day I go see my parents in Ivory Coast, and I went to do a show, and I came to see my parents. So I'm with my parents in Ivory Coast. My mom opened. So my mom had a lot of nightclubs. My mom she's really a businesswoman, and she had a nightclub in Congo, but because of the war, the civil war at a point, they broke her club. So when she moved with my dad and my little sisters to Ivory Coast, she opened a restaurant. So she had a restaurant in Deux Plateaux, and they had a house in Cocody in Ivory Coast. And I go see my parents. And as I go see my parents, we hear we're chilling, and we're watching TV, and on TV there's something very strange happening. I see a lot of women with traditional pani boubous, dressing, that African garment, dancing on top of Coca-Cola bottles and doing very strange movements. It's like African twerk. I mean, it's like the original twerk. And they hear and they like dancing on top of bottle, and it's very like, it's very graphic. But it plays on TV like us, and everybody's like, everybody is. And I'm asking my mom, like, Mom, what is this? And she's like, oh, this is mapuka. I'm like, mapuka? What is this? And she's like, oh no, this is what everybody love here. This is like and so the sound of mapuka was a lot of harmonica sound, and that was that style of music. So out there in Ivory Coast, I discovered Zouglou, and I discovered mapuka. And mapuka is very very special. And I was like, wow, this is very graphic. This is like, how, like, it's like, oh yeah, here, okay. But I was kind of interested, so I kept notes. So at that time there was no YouTube, but I asked for some videotapes or some DVDs, I don't remember, or CD-ROMs with some mapuka music and some mapuka videos, because I was like, oh, that's super interesting. I'm always like interested in other people's culture. And I remember after spending like a week with my parents in Abidjan, every club were playing mapuka. So I was like, oh yeah, okay. Anyway, it stayed in my head. I was like, oh, I have to try this. When I get home, I have to try something that sounds this way. And I come back home in Paris, and I go to the club, L'Atlantis. And I remember that there was a song from Mewe called 200% Zo Blazo. Blazo, Blazo, So Blazo. On I got and that song was always one of my favorite tracks. I had no idea where Mewe was from at that time. I just knew that this is a song that my parents were always playing in their own nightclub, because they had a nightclub in their garden, and every party was hearing that track. So the song is playing, and as I'm dancing on the dance floor, I'm listening to, you know, the whole song. Dun, 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 dun. I'm listening to the bass like dun, 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 dun. And in my head I was like dun, 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 on the dance floor. As I'm listening to that song, I'm like dun, 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 dun. I didn't even take my coat. It was winter time. I was on a shirt. I just left the club. I called, so I call them uncle because they are my elders and they are my dad's bodyguards. I told Maître Lemabe, I was like, hey uncle, I'll be there in 45 minutes. Just wait for me. He's like, yeah, no problem. I don't know which girl I was talking to at that time or who I was with in that club, but I told them, hey, I'll be back real quick because I didn't want to lose that melody. I leave the place, I leave the club, I go to my parents' house. At that time, I was still living at my parents' house. I go to my parents' house, open it, bam, go to my bedroom. Take my little keyboard and I plug everything, plug Cubase or Digital Performer. I don't remember what I was using at that time. And I type dum 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 dick dick dum dum dum, and that's it. That's all I did. I saved that and I left everything on. And I told the taxi, please just wait for me. So he waited for me downstairs. As I was done, I did everything, saved everything. I go back down there, take the taxi. And so, listen, Paris is like a round island. So the club was exactly on the other side of Paris. I used to live in Porte de la Muette, in the nice neighborhoods, and the Club Atlantis was Porte de Bercy, completely the other side. And I just did Porte de Bercy, La Muette. I recorded that bass line, and then probably cost me 50 or 60 euros just of taxi. But I had to put that bass line there because I knew I would have forgotten it. And I don't know, I had the feeling. I come back home from I go back to the club, and whoever I was with, my friends, whoever I was talking to, my best friend Lumana was there, and I tell them, hey, and they were, hey, where were you? I was like, I had some crazy idea. I had to record it. Okay, cool. So now I'm in the club, cool, the night goes, and I come back home around 5 a.m., 6 a.m., I don't know. And as I go home, I'm still thinking of that bass line. And I know that when I came home, before going to sleep, I turned on my TV and I played, I don't know if I played some TV or why I remembered about Mapuka. I don't know why. But there was this Mapuka song that was, and I was like, oh wow, what if I did a mix of hip hop and Mapuka and Congolese music and Ivory Coast music? Now that I have the Ivory Coast nationality, why don't I do a mix of all this with some hip hop samples and I rap on it. And I was like, okay, so I went to listen to a bunch of Mapuka music. I don't know where I found Mapuka music. I don't remember. All I know, it was like, okay. So I found an harmonica on my JV synthesizer, JV 2080. I find an harmonica sound, and I did. So, On dit quoi was never a coupé décalé track. It was always intended to be a hip hop mapuka. But you know, my tracks, people never call them what they are. Right now, everybody's thinking that something going on is a compa track. 10 years ago, it was a kizomba, and 10 years before, it was a zouk. Me, I don't care. You name them how they want, how you want. As long as you buy and make me money, it's all good. Personally, I know that they usually are exactly not what you think. I had a message on because something going on is trending right now. I had a message from one Haitian dance instructor who was sending me a private message telling me, yeah, you know, oh, congratulations on your song, like trending, but I believe that you should tell people that it's compa. You don't do this enough. And I was like, it's not compa. There's a Guyat solo on top of it, on that edit, but the original song is it's an homage to Cape Verdean music. It's my style, Candy Zouk, with my R&B on top of it, and it's a pure homage to the genius that is Manu Lima. The way I played the synth, this is Manu Lima. That's the inspiration. That's the Oliver Ngoma, Monique Seka, the Afro Zouk, as we called it back in the days when I grew up. And when the song came out, I called it a Zouk beat, because at that time we used to call Cape Verdean music in France, we used to call it Cabo Zouk, Cape Verdean Zouk. So to me, I never thought about the Kizomba market when I did that song, and I didn't even think about Haiti either. I was like, nah, this is. But that song, when it blew up, everybody said, you're the king of Kizomba now. And I was like, whatever. You like it? Yeah, okay, cool. Listen, music is free. You call it how you want. If you ask me, I will tell you exactly what it is, but it's going to be too complicated. I understand branding. I understand that sometimes, yeah, listen, if everybody's calling this a kizomba, it's a kizomba then. Even if for you, it's not. So good. You have to let people simplify it for their own good. If you start telling them, no, don't call it this, it is actually a this plus that plus that plus that, you lose people. You have to tell them, yeah, it's a kizomba. So right now it became a comba. I don't care. And for On dit quoi, it's the same thing. It was never intended to be a coupé décalé, because coupé décalé didn't exist when I did On dit quoi. In 2002, Stéphane Doucouré, rest in peace, when he arrived, him and the Jet Set, and he arrived with the coupé décalé concept and TV5, and like when the coupé décalé explosion started from the Ivory Coast DJ plus the Congolese refugees who started to do atalaku on top of samples of Congolese music, but a little more toward the dance floors. That's when Coupé Décalé started exploding, but that was in 2003, mid 2003. And that's just at the same time that my hip hop mapuka On dit quoi came out. So it just surfed on that wave, and it became the biggest Coupé Décalé song ever at that time, just because timing. But for me, I was okay. This is gonna be a mapuka with a little bit of hip hop and maybe a little bit of Zouglou. So once I'm done with my beat, I did the beat quick. I did the beat probably in 30 minutes, as always. Once I had the then I added and I had something. I knew I had something. So once I have my song ready, the instrumental ready, I remember calling Anofela Top One to come to the studio, and I called Tia, and I told Tia, listen. So when I was in Ivory Coast to see my parents, instead of saying hi, everybody was telling me on dit quoi, which means on dit quoi is like, hey, what's up? What you say? What's up? And so I was like, oh, I just found a chorus like this. Kaysha, on dit quoi? And my answer was, on va gâter le coin. We're going to rip shit up. Hey, what up? We're going to rip shit up. That's what it means. So I told Tia, listen, I want you. And Tia, she's really like she grew up in France. She's half Ivory Coast, but she really don't speak with the accent. I mean, at that time, she was really speaking like a girl that grew up in France, like me. We have a perfect French. And I told her, I want you to do the accent. I want you to really exaggerate the accent. So that's when, with Anofela, we coach her to say, Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. And in the beginning, she didn't want to sound that much, because she was like, oh, that's a little bit of caricatural. I was like, no, don't worry. This is really how I'm hearing it. So we did that. Then I wrote my rap. First of all, I'm fabulous. African, that's marvelous. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter quoi? Listen, my lyrics, a lot of people sometimes say, oh yeah, but your lyrics, party songs. No. There are message in there. First of all, I'm fabulous. African, that's marvelous. That's all you need to know. I don't need to explain nothing. That's all you need to know. The whole song is about this. And then after that, I ask for, because every time we were joking, Anofela was doing the Nushi stuff, and Nushi is like a slang from Ivory Coast, and Anofela was really good at this. So I asked him between the verses and the chorus to give me some of that Nushi stuff to create those intro. And then after that, I asked for Top One, who is from Congo Brazzaville, to add the Congolese flavor, to put the names, as we call the Atalaku, and as the pierre, les mabanga, as we say, where you say the name of people. So Son Excellence Ngambedo, that's my father. Katinjoli, that's my mom. And Ilian Joshua, fils de son père, that's my son that was just born. So we had that whole thing where we wanted to create a track that would represent all of us. And then after that, I asked Thierry Delaney, who is a guitarist from Guadeloupe, he's from Guadeloupe, to play Congolese guitars. So that song is a collaboration with Ivory Coast, Congo Brazzaville, Congo Kinshasa, and Guadeloupe. And that's the essence of my music. A mix of cultures, always. And then when the song was done, the song was so crazy for us that we never thought it would be a hit. We thought, okay, listen, the hit are gonna be 88 BPM. They were Musicorian. I didn't know that it would be a hit. The hit were like, Fiona, Te Quiero, those songs were like the Zouk songs. To me, I thought, yeah, that's what people want for me. So we put that track at number 11, I think, in the album, like far in the album. And when the album came out, that track became the biggest song in Abidjan at that time. So we went to a label there, and we signed them the rights to produce cassettes, and they just gave us some money, a flat fee, because listen, Africa at that time, Don't think you're gonna get like, oh, we sold that much, so we owe you that much. No, listen. I was like, listen, give us 10,000 and you can do whatever you want. So we took those 10,000, and with that money, we shot the video. So the story of the video is that when I was 18, there was a kid called Philip Ibinga, who was always with a camera. He was 14 at that time, and he was walking with the little brothers, and he was like, listen, his dream was to walk around with us. Today he's part of a group called Makita, but at that time his dream was to make movies. And he was like, big brother. I was like, hey. Back then we had like long hair, like long relaxed hair. We had our first mustache. We were thinking we were like the pretty boys. And I mean, in a way we were. Every time I would go somewhere, people would know who I was. I was like, this is Kaysha, the other, and so there was a party in my house, and he came there, and he always wanted to hang out around us. And he was like, hey, big bro, one day I will shoot your music videos. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And so fast forward, now I'm 28. Yeah, I'm 28, and he's 24. And for some reason he contacts me. Don't remember why. He was living in Italy, in Roma, and he just moved back to Paris, and we reconnect. He was like, hey, big bro, I would love to, hey, I just finished the movie school, and I would love to work with you one day on something. And I was like, yeah, let's meet. Listen, I never saw his work. He never shot a professional video, nothing. I just told him, let's meet. And he was like, word? I said, yeah, word, let's meet. And so we meet. And I tell him, listen, I want you to shoot me a video like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Prepare me a scenario, prepare me a synopsis. And we have to be ready in 2-3 weeks. And that was his first video. And that's his biggest videos as well. So let me show you the video before we continue. I have a place where I can show video. Let me see. Do I have the video? Let me see if I have the video first of all, or if I have to download it from my server on the quoi. Let me go to Dropbox where my music videos. I want to show this video. It's important. Kaysha, on dit quoi? Let me see. I don't have this video. Jusqu'à fatigué, love de toi. Oh, damn. Oh yeah, I don't have the original file. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna play it from YouTube then. Kaysha, on dit quoi? So that video was shot in calm down, YouTube. That video was shot in 16 millimeters. So that's film. Let me turn this off and show you this video. So sadly, I don't have the original. So I only have back then in YouTube, you had to lower the quality to upload. But listen, at least I have something. So this is on dit quoi.
First of all, I'm fabulous. African, that's marvelous. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter quoi? What can I say? I rock it. Oh shit, what you wanna stop it? We're dangerous. You better be afraid of us. You don't wanna be with us. Girls wanna do me, moms wanna do me, homos wanna do me too. kicking with the shoe, then I flew. What you wanna do, can't stay with you. First of all, I'm scandalous. Watch me now, I'm dangerous. Come on, what you want from us? Hot music that's furious.
Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin.
What you need, bounce right here, bounce to the beat, bounce right here.
So
So
one thing that is super interesting about this video is that if you look at the first shot, it's something that Phil being really a cinematographer. In the beginning, when we did the casting, so AC Jordan, who works with me as a singer now, was the director of casting. So when we shot the video, everybody was saying we have to put some dance. First of all, we didn't have that much budget because shooting in film costs a lot of money. So first of all, we called a bunch of ex-girlfriends and current girlfriends, and like that's how all the women in the video plus some friends. All the guys are singers and people that was around us at that time, future artists of my label, etc. And everybody told us you have to do a video with dancers. It has to be, Africa, etc. So it has to really represent Africa. And I was like, nah, that's not what I want. I want a hip hop video that looks glamorous, that looks cosmopolitan, that looks like me. I don't want to look like, one of those African videos with a bunch of dancers doing choreographies. I don't want that. And if you look at the first shot, it's very important because the first shot is a one sequence. It's a one traveling. We had to rehearse the choreography 10 times before shooting. Look at it again. The first shot, you see, it starts like this with the woman walking, the guy from ABG walking, one girl walking, the little brother of thing, AC Jordan talking to a friend, ABG saying hi to each other, and then me here with my drink. Still the same shot. Then I'm here with my drink. I put it to the waiter. Then I continue walking, and I'm still doing my thing. I kiss Linsha. She sits down. Then I go here, and now it's another shot. So the first all 30 seconds is a one shot. That was crazy. Never seen in an African music video. At that time, we are revolutionizing the game already, but we have no idea what we're gonna do. Then the whole video, because it really sounds, it looks like a hip hop party. Damn, I see a bunch of ex-girlfriends. When it came out, it became a revolution because today in Africa, all the video clips look of great quality. The Burna Boys, the Whiskey, they all have this quality. But 20 years ago, African videos were not like this. So it was the first video of this quality, and this is the reason why it's the reason why this is the reason why when this song came out, Trace TV, that was a brand new channel, started only playing that song. He was playing like 30 times a day. And this is how it blew up all over Africa. Now that video was crazy. Oh, that was crazy. Moko. So then we had the video. So first of all, everybody was like, wait a minute. So you want to do a video? You want to do a video with a bunch of people with Asian girls, white girls, black girls, people from the West Indies, people from Africa, everywhere. And you want to dress like yourself, have everybody dressed hip hop and stuff, and all the girls dressed like you want to do a PDD style video for a Mapuka song? I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And you want your video to be shot by somebody who never shot a video? And I was like, yeah, don't worry. I trust him. He just came out of the school. And yeah, he's going to shoot the video. And everybody was like, you crazy. I was like, no, don't worry. Listen, at that time, I'm still wondering how I'm going to feed my son. But when this song came out, the amount of shows that arrived in my planning, listen, now my worries were not how am I gonna feed this kid. My worries were when am I gonna see this kid? Because I was in a plane to Ivory Coast every 2 weeks, plus shows all around France, plus Belgium, plus the rest of Africa, and it started growing and growing and growing and growing until what it is today, which is today this song is one of the most iconic songs. And if you say on dit quoi, people will reply to you, on va gâter le coin. It just became part of popular African, francophone African culture. And it's been 20 years. We are celebrating 20 years of this song this year in 2023. So I'm extremely grateful. I sent a message yesterday to Tia. I sent a message to Anofela. I sent a message to Top One. I sent a message to everybody telling them congratulations for 20 years of On dit quoi. I'm extremely proud of all of you guys. And thank you so much for your contribution to my career, because this song really is one of those songs that changed everything, and it's still being played like crazy by DJs in all the festivals and stuff. So like it's one of those songs that are really like timeless. And the video itself at that time was a revolution. Nobody ever thought, like, especially in Africa, this inspired. When I talk to big Nigerian artists today, they tell me when we saw that song, we knew we could do it because we all thought you were an American. And then when we realized you were from Congo, oh, it was over. And then you were singing like our music. And then it became a big coupé décalé song because, as always, like I told you, my songs always get renamed by the people, but hey, it's the will of the people. But it inspired a lot of people, that song. It inspired a whole generation of people who are superstars today. And sometimes I see kids dancing to that song today on TikTok or in parties. I receive like tons and tons of videos of people dancing on that song on around the world. And I'm like, damn, those people don't realize that some of them were not even born when this song came out. Some people, they are 18. It means that they were not born when that song came out. And to me, this is really a testament to the way I see my career, the way I do my career. And I'm extremely grateful to be lucky enough to be in this position. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Okay. Let me see. All right. How much? Whoa. on TikTok, there's 5,327 videos with this song. So how can I see that? Oh wait, I'm gonna do that. There you go. So if I go on TikTok to my profile, to my liked videos, okay. So let me see. Where's the play? Where's the... All right. So on TikTok, there's 5,327 videos of people dancing to this track. I have to post this on Instagram.
First of all, I'm fabulous. African, that's marvelous. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter quoi? What can I say? I rock it. Oh shit. What you wanna stop it? We're dangerous. You better be afraid of us. You don't wanna beef with us. Girls wanna do me. Moms wanna do me.
So, how old are these girls? They're in their 20s. They were babies when the song came out. And look at that. Let me see. Oh, Emma, my friend.
Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter.
Wow.
Only my real Ivorians know this classic.
Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on...
Only
Wow. Tomorrow I'm posting all this on Instagram. Damn, so many videos. I've been looking so many I've been looking at so many something going on videos that I forget that there's the rest as well. And a lot of people are using other songs of mine. Da, 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 do, 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 do. Mapuka. They don't even dance. Huh? What is he doing? Ça c'est quoi? La sœur de Carmen Sama. Ok.
Kaysha.
Okay. So they're not even using it to dance. That's crazy.
From us, hot music, that's furious.
Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit...
From us,
I'm posting that tomorrow. That's for sure. 5,000 video. I have to find the right ones. But yeah, you know, this one, for example. What is she doing? All right. All right. Oh, Lord. Oh, wow. Oh, that's crazy. So what is this? When this video started, when this song started, there was no TikTok. And now there's 5,000 videos on TikTok. This is crazy. Nobody's dancing. They're just using the track as a soundtrack. What is this? Burkina Faso. This is crazy. Wow. Listen, I performed that track all over the world. All over the world. Oh, it's just a soundtrack. They don't even dance to it. That's crazy. Look at him. It was not even an idea. This kid was not even an idea when the song came out. All right. This is crazy. I have to explore the TikTok page of that song and see. What is this? Hey, mama. All these videos are from 2022. All these videos are from now. So because I have a huge trending song with something going on, I'm not realizing that I have a lot of other songs that are just doing some mini trends. Apparently there's a lot of video with Emma where they're using that track, or is it her? I don't know. That's crazy. Okay, I'm saving this. I'm saving this for later.
POV, t'as ça dans ton quartier, toi?
Ouais les gars, il y a un truc que j'ai dans mon quartier que vous n'avez pas dans votre quartier. Regardez, guettez-moi ça. La boxy. 4-5 heures du spa, quand t'as faim, tu viens ici.
This is crazy. I'm exploring. Oh, this is the trend. This is the trend that they were starting to start. They were trying to start.
First of all, I'm fabulous. African, that's marvelous. Kaysha, on dit quoi?
they
On va
Chinese?
gâter quoi? What can I say? I rock it. Oh shit. What you wanna stop it? We're dangerous. You better be afraid of us. You don't wanna beef with us. Girls wanna do me. Moms wanna do me.
That would be a good trend. I should restart that trend. I'm gonna find some dancers and ask them to restart that trend with people doing the line and dancing. That's crazy. Madame, c'est quoi? Eh? Eh? I don't know what dance it is. Don't ask me. Pantalon pointu. It's Emma again. Apparently, every time there's a video of Emma, they use that song too. Hey, I'm posting this tomorrow. Hiba, hiba, hiba. Listen, this is crazy. I have to start looking at TikTok. Like, a few of my songs are there, and sometimes I don't even know that they are, you know. The fuck? Let me see the other one. Kaysha, Good Life. Good Life. I'm losing the subject, but I would like to know if this one as well has sounds. Good life now. There's less videos. There's 500. Wow, there's 500 videos. Okay, let me add it to favorites. Oh, this one too? Wait a minute. Actually, this one is not 20 years yet. In 2025, that one will be 20 years.
Qui a dit que les hommes avaient besoin de femmes?
C'est parti les gars. On va tout donner ma gueule. On va préparer une entrée, un plat, un dessert, un cocktail.
Oh my God. These kids were not born when this song came out. Listen. This? What is this? Yo. Eh bah, la respiration. Hein. Now we're gonna have to do a whole listening party for the Good Life EP. But yo, that's crazy.
L'est aussi en mode sagacité.
Lolo for low.
Guigui la joie. La Utakli. La Soufaro Faro.
You know what's the crazy part is like when I see people arguing, the Congolese people versus the Ivory Coast people saying, no, it's a Congolese track. No, it's an Ivory Coast track. No, the guy who did it is from Congo. And me, I'm like, well, technically, the music is Ivory Coast music, right? It's Coupé Décalé or whatever it was. We named it at that time. But I'm from Congo. But at that time, I had a Ivory Coast passport. So I guess everybody's right. I'm gonna post tomorrow. I'm posting like crazy. I'm gonna like schedule like 20 of them, one every 30 minutes. What is
Soirée
this?
avec Négol.
All this was in 2022.
Pauvre, quand t'es proche.
So people have been posting those songs. A few of my songs have been like playing all around TikTok this year. Listen, we're gonna have to do a whole live just looking at TikTok because I guess a lot of my songs have a lot of hi. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. But hey, listen. Let me go back to my celebration of those songs. Let me see if I find on YouTube me performing that song. That's me performing. That's in 2003.
I got what you like, all I need that's a mic. And I'm rocky, funky, crazy. You get the shit that's funny. First of all, you can't refuse.
Paris, 2006.
I don't hate me, you can't salute. When I'm a drug, you can't abuse. First of all, I don't smoke that. I don't need these just to be safe that you got me, I'm fabulous. To me, I'm too marvelous.
Eba. Let me see if I can find more of me performing that song. No, I have to play Kaysha Abidjan, for example. Kaysha in Ivory Coast. Ooh, that was crazy.
Salam alaikum. Tu es jolie, hein? T'inquiète pas, allez, on l'encourage. Regarde ça, mais... Avec tous les... Allez-y. Trouvez un sac quelque part touché. Non, je touche un seul, regarde. Elle est très jeune. Non, elle avait 8 ans. Donnez-moi ça. Ah, là-bas, ils sont pas prêts. Là, on va en manger là-bas. Sous les chapiteaux ici. Là, trouvez un pied prêt. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va manger les seins. First of all, I'm fabulous. African, that's marvelous. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter quoi? What can I say? I'll rock it. Oh shit, what you wanna stop it? We dangerous. I don't wanna be afraid of us. But we don't wanna be for us. The girls wanna do me, the moms wanna do me, the homies wanna do me too. I think I'm with the shoot, then I'm free. What you wanna do? Can't stay with you. First of all, I'm scandalous. Watch me now, I'm dangerous. What you want from us? I think that's serious. Aceita la postura, assuba. Allez, c'est quoi la moitié des bouchons? Tous les mots, tous les mots, tous les mots. Kaysha, on dit quoi?
On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin.
What you need? Dance right here, dance to the beat, dance right there. The black note, the juice and water. Mommy, tell me who's your daddy, who's the man? Who wants to move me like I can? Still I step, no matter who, niggas wanna share.
You know, I was speaking earlier with MJ about visions, about dreams. When I was a kid, my dream was to be an American hip hop superstar. I'm just a rapper, an American rapper. I always dreamt like, yeah, I want to be a rapper. I want to be famous in the US, etc., etc. And I ended up being an icon in my own country. I ended up having like Congolese people call me legend, and people from Ivory Coast calling me legend, people from Cameroon, people from Burkina Faso, people from South Africa, people from everywhere. I ended up having people in Portugal, people in Angola, Mozambique, people in the US, everywhere. But by not doing somebody else's music, I created my own lane, and I became an artist that performed the music of my continent, from Zouk to Kizomba to coupé décalé to rumba to the music of the continent and its diasporas. And when I was like 18, I really was like having those dreams like, oh, I'm gonna be the next Puff Daddy, the next Biggie, the next whatever, the next Rakim, the next Speed Rock and Seal Smooth. That was really like my idols growing up. And interestingly, without really thinking about it, I designed a path that took me completely in another place where instead of being this kid that was inspired by American artists, I became that guy that inspired his own continent. And I'm grateful. I'm super grateful now that we're celebrating 20 years of those iconic songs. And I'm not gonna do another listening party of that album because it's already there, but I might replay some of these shows. I'm gonna upload on Reels on Instagram. I'm gonna replay some moments of shows around the world of that song, moments of the videos, etc. I'm gonna celebrate that moment because a lot of artists do one song and they disappear. It's been 20 years. I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. So I'm blessed, and a career is never built on your own. You execute, you create, you offer to the world, but only the world decides if they love it. And the world makes you a superstar. The world makes you an icon. The world makes you legendary. Your actions are just actions, but how the people receive it, this is what makes you a legend. So, as I always say at the end of my shows, there's no great artist without a great public, and I'm thankful for all of you for making this career the legend that it is. And listen, 1.8 billion views on TikTok. It's not me, it's you guys.